To another episode of the Whitby Public Libraries From Book to Table. It's May now, it's spring, and I definitely, with my family, celebrate Mother's Day. I am very lucky that I still have a mom that I definitely celebrate, and my kids always do something very special for me too. So today I thought, let's try something that the kids, maybe with the help from dad, can do. So maybe give them a little tip and show them this recipe and tell them how much you like it. Again, of course, before we get started cooking, let me introduce a couple of cookbooks to you. Now, these are one of my new favorites. So this one is called Half-Baked Harvest, super simple. It has a lot of simple recipes that you can try. A favorite one that I have not tried yet, but about definitely is on my to-do list or to try list, is a blueberry lemon pull-apart bread. Now, it would be a fantastic breakfast or brunch dish. Looks great, and so this book again is called Half-Baked Harvest, super simple, by Tegan Gerard. Now, one of my most favorite cookbooks, go-to cookbook for a little while, is From Oven to Table by Jan Scott. We actually make a lot of recipes out of it because it's simple, delicious. One of our absolute favorites is that we definitely have done a lot this last winter was an oven-baked oatmeal pie. But another recipe that is in here is a Dutch baby. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's basically a puffy oven pancake. It's delicious, it's fun, it's simple, and an absolute crowd pleaser. So do check out these books at the Whitby Public Library. Right now, you still have to put them on hold, and we will get them ready for you for contactless pickup. However, these are fantastic cookbooks, fun, easy recipes. So, but let's get started with what we're going to do today. Today, we are going to make a Crescent bacon breakfast ring. Simple, some fresh ingredients. Here I have bacon and cheddar cheese, I already grated that, eggs, red pepper, green pepper, and I actually found already some fresh green spring onion greens from my garden, so I'm going to include that as well. We are going to do a little bit of short cutting today. We are going to use a Crescent, Pillsbury Crescent roll. Again, it's supposed to be a fun, the whole gang can maybe get together in the kitchen, and everybody has a little job and it comes together really quickly. So let's get started. So the very first thing we have to do is preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. So let me just do that. Okay, and while this is now preheating, we're also going to get our bacon started. Now, I have here 8 slices of bacon, and we do have to pre-cook them, and I'm going to do that on my stove top. I've added a little bit of some oil, and we're just going to pop that in. bacon is cooking in the oven, I am going to actually cut up my pepper. We only need half a pepper each. So I need half a red pepper. And I am just taking the white parts out here. And half a green pepper. Clean that up a little. All right. And I'm just going to cut this in small cubes. All right. I do love this time of the year. I'm sure I might have talked about it. I do my garden outside I do enjoy my garden outside very much, and obviously things are happening in there. My daffodils are, well, the early ones have already finished flowering, and then the later ones are in full bloom. My forsythia bush is in gorgeous yellow flowers right now. All right. So I love to go outside and have a look every morning with my coffee. All right, so we're just cutting these in cubes again. Now, if you have helpers in your kitchen, or you are a lucky mom and somebody's making this, if you have helpers in the kitchen, this is something definitely smaller hands can do too. Just cutting pepper in tiny squares. It's a beginner job, really. Doesn't have to be that precise. Depending how you like your squares, a little bigger, a little smaller. It tastes delicious either way. Okay, that are our peppers all. While our bacon is still sizzling away in the pan and getting a nice brown color, let's get our egg mixture going. Okay, so we need 5 eggs. In here initially. Okay. And we're going to give that a little bit of salt to taste and pepper to taste. And we're going to give that a pre-mix. We'll add our peppers. Give that a little stir. Now I am going to cut up a little bit of my green onions from the garden. I'm not going to use all of it. I'm just going to use, I don't like my scrambled eggs too peppery. I think that's good. So that's about a tablespoon. Now these are still a little bit stronger because they're coming fresh off the garden and they are very small still. So I'm gonna add this. All right, that's good and mixed up. So let's check our bacon. All right, I think our bacon is ready. Let me see if I can show you. That's looking pretty awesome. I have, show you here, I have prepared a plate with a paper towel. So I'm just gonna grab my bacon, let that drip off a little bit. And let that extra grease drip off a little bit. I've also prepared a plate to just pour my grease out onto a napkin, which I can discard later. Okay, because now we're going to put our egg mixture and fry that up in the pan too. And I'm pouring that right in where my bacon has been frying in. I did pour most of the grease out. I don't want all that grease in my eggs. Okay. Now we're just doing our scrambled eggs. I have this going at a medium heat. I don't want it too hot. So our eggs are just cooking slowly, getting a tiny little bit of that bacon flavor from our grease. Okay, we don't want to overcook our eggs, so I think that's it. Let's move on to the next step. We have our egg mixture done, our scrambled eggs with the peppers. We have fried up our bacon, it's ready to go. So our next step is getting our baking dish. We're going to put some parchment paper on it. And I always have trouble getting my parchment paper to rip off nicely. There we go. Okay. And now we're going to grab our crescent rolls. Now I have to admit to you that I haven't used these in a long time. I know you start these here at the edges somewhere. All right. Oh, I need to take a little bit more of this paper off. God. Right, and then I think you just tap it here to get it open. There it goes. All right. Okay, now these crescent rolls should have triangles. I'm going to separate them and put them in a star format on our baking sheet. So let me just see if I can do this. And I think that's it. Okay. I It should look something like this. Okay, there we go. I am just gonna, okay, then you have something that looks like this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our bacon strips and lay them along each of these triangles. There we go. Each of these triangles is going to get a strip of bacon. Okay. We have 8 of these triangles and we have 8 bacon strips. Okay. Now it kind of looks like something like this. Okay. Now we're going to add half of our cheese and put them along the middle of the ring here. Let me just fix that a little bit. Oh, that's stuck together already. Okay. Because this is also where our eggs are going to go. So I'm going to give that a little generous. Now this is 1 cup of cheddar cheese. So half of it goes sort of on the inside of our circle here. Something like this. Now we're going to add our egg mixture right on top of the cheese there. On the inside. And I don't know if you can see these, but I'm just taking the scoop with my spoon here and adding it on the inside of my circle. All right. I'm trying to be round and even because we do want to end up with a nice sort of a Reese style dish. Okay. Okay, now it looks something like this. So now we're going to add the rest of our cheese and sprinkle that loosely on top of our egg mixture. So that's the other half of a cup of our cheddar cheese. All right. Okay, now we're going to fold the bacon over and our crescent roll. Okay, and my tips seem to be getting longer, so I'm just sort of going to fold them over the tip of the bacon a little bit. There we go. Till I have formed. This one doesn't want to stay. There we go. Actually, I'm going to turn it around. I think that works better. All right, so here's my ring so far. Now, to give our crescent roll a nice brown color when it bakes, I am going to actually add an egg wash. And all I do is I crack an egg in a bowl. Just scramble the egg quickly. There we go. I'm going to take my pastry brush and I'm just going to brush my crescent roll with that egg mixture a little bit. Okay. There we go. That should do it. All right, so this is how our ring looks right at the moment. Now it's going to go in the oven for 20 minutes, and remember, at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, my buzzer just went off. So let's take our Crescent bacon breakfast ring out and see what it looks like. All right. I think that looks very good. Okay. I think I'm just going to put it on my serving plate here, and I think I think that might have to stay on there. I'm going to sprinkle it with a little bit more of my green onions that I have left over from the garden. And there you have it. It will make a fantastic breakfast brunch. Let me show you. Maybe you're so lucky and somebody will surprise you with a lovely Mother's Day tray like this. Thank you so much for watching. Follow us on social media or visit us at our website at whitbypubliclibrary.ca to discover more of our online programs. Recipes and book suggestions will be in the description box below. Hit the subscribe button and bell notification so you don't miss any of our online content. There will be something for everybody. Have a lovely May. Thank you.